asked 10 Mountie esports players 10 specific questions, and these are their answers.
Watermelon ice from Gamer Subs.
Ghost Energy, either the cans or the pre-workout, either work.
So I used to be a Ghost favorite, but now
Too long.
White Monster for sure.
Monster, the Fantasy Red Ruby.
The Mountie GG Gamer Subs that they provide. Taco Bell, absolutely.
McDonald's is so much better.
Taco Bell has to be. I've eaten too much McDonald's since it's right down the street.
McDonald's. I like the Oreo McFlurries.
I'm gonna choose Taco Bell because it gives me less stomach problems than McDonald's does.
McDonald's all the way.
There's levels to this, and Taco Bell is at the top one.
Sheets guy all the way. I actually don't know what it is, but Sheets.
I gotta say Wawa. I grew up with Wawa, and I just think the food's better.
Sheets is the best thing to grace our planet.
I'd have to go with Sheets.
Definitely rough.
Injustice, no J-Naps.
Hydron, probably.
Probably T-Corral.
Either Skippy or T-Corral.
Croc.
Pokemon Red for the Game Boy Color.
Webkins. That was the first video game I've ever played, Webkins.
League of Legends. Sadly, that was the first game. That's one of the only games that I played. I just enjoy it so much.
Mario Kart 7 on the DS.
No bully.
Probably PGE.
Some of the top masks.
Definitely PGE.
Angry Ginge or somebody in that realm, like Speed and stuff, they're pretty funny.
Probably my dorm.
Definitely Birchie.
I think the pond is one of the greatest schools that can buy.
The library, it just got renovated, much nicer, much quieter.
Definitely my room.
Probably the IT area in the library.
Yes, I love snowboarding. I've been snowboarding my whole life.
Are you a snow person?
Not really. No, I don't really like the cold a whole lot.
I prefer summer.
Only for playing Snow Day in Rocket League.
No.
Yeah, I love snow.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm from upstate New York.
I love snow. I think it's so fun.
I think I would play, I don't even know. That's the only game that I play.
Probably competitive TF2.
Probably Rivals,
I'd probably just play Trackmania.
I think the culture at Smash is insane. I would love to play Smash.
I'd probably play Madden.
Gotta be Mount Aloysius College. You can't beat them.
Mounties, obviously.
Mount Aloysius, of course.
Oh my gosh, this isn't a question. Mountie esports.
I mean, gotta be the Mounties, right? The culture here is unmatched.
The Mount Aloysius esports program.
Obviously, Mount Aloysius.
You're looking at it.
Gotta be the Mounties Esports.
Cool.
You have more important things in life to think about than your internet. At BreezeLine, we propel life forward with home internet so reliable, you don't have to think about it. With a team that goes above and beyond. Fiber-powered speeds up to 1 gig. And 99.9% reliability at any hour. In any room. You won't have to think about your internet again. Go to breezeline.com for internet that propels life forward.
And hello and welcome back. Week 2 of PIEA High School Valorant action. So much has changed since our last week with the new patch out. A lot of what ifs left to be found out here, but for you here on PIEA_03, my name is Kev Dog. Joining me today in the booth once more, Cherry J. How excited are you for this matchup?
Big matchup in front of us. Lower Moreland, reigning champions of the PIEA Division 1. Now we take a look at their Division 2 team facing off against Penn Trafford in week number 2 of the PIEA. We're going on to Haven for our matchup here tonight. So, Kev Dog, I want to get your thoughts, all right? Because we were talking about this beforehand. We know Penn Trafford, bit of a powerhouse. Lower Moreland maybe coming in as the underdogs. But I got something I want to ask. Which Penn Trafford roster are we looking at? Because they got 2 on the Division 2 Valorant roster, but they have 2 very dominant teams. So littered across the field, they have 10 players willing and ready to be very dominant here. One taking a 13-0 win in week number 1, one taking a 13-2 win in their week 1. So Lower Moreland, on the other hand, they haven't played at all. They are new. This is going to be their opening debut match, and I want to get your thoughts. Do you think that the nerfs could be there for them?
I really do think so, because it's nerfs and buffs in certain characters. So it's going to be a much more strategic play style here that we're going to have to be able to see from both of these rosters and all of the rosters within the entirety of PIEA and even more competitive leagues out like VCT or Ascension that is going on in these current moments. The meta is going to be changing completely from that dual sentinel or dual duelist probably towards more favorable dual smokes, dual controllers, or duelist again. So it's really going to just be a question of whether or not these teams will be able to communicate, find their strategies, and figure out who they are going to be picking, because we are seeing right now very uncertain on both sides at the current moment of who we will be seeing locked in for agencies.
We are going to be seeing the Omen locked in, so trying to get that standard tried and true. Despite the nerfs, they keep going back to the controller that gets so much playtime. On the opposite side, both teams going to lock in the Jet as their duelist. That entry capability is going to be strong, with Mr. Pancake going to be locking in the sentinel position, as well as Mr. French Toast, both taking up a sentinel position and looking to make their defense very strong. Rest of the team's going to be locked in, and it's a pretty standard composition for both sides.
Yeah, and I mean, we're also on Haven right now, the 3-site map here right now. Going to defense at the current moment, we are looking at a dual sentinel setup. You have KJ in Mr. French Toast. You have Chamber in Mr. Pancake. What's up with the misters as well? I'm liking it. Very respectable here on the defensive side at the current moment. And we do just have to keep thinking, how are they going to split themselves up on this first round? With it being pistol round, a lot of teams starting to look A when they're starting with their attack. Is it going to be the same way here?
Usually that is the case, as teams like to go A. If they lose the pistol round, maybe pivot towards B. If you win, maybe take a gander over towards the C site. But A is just that site lots of teams are going to opt into, as it just is so basic. You can find those early success, and it really does come down to who is the better team. The cohesive unit needs to be good, because when you're going down C, the sight lines are long. A good sniper rifle can be a big detriment, and when you're in the B site, it really does come down to those close range weapons. But A, this is where it takes a little bit of a turn for both sides. We already see rotations coming into play. Arctic Willie in a really strong position up towards height, going to be forced off. The flashes galore as Cool finding the first coconut down for the count, as Penn Trafford, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place on the site. Coot's going to be shut down after that first kill by Wug. Now they're left with only 4 players. They might try and go for a rotation, as we see a bit of a call from the IGL to make their escape.
Yeah, and look as well, Mr. Pancake already set up here in mid, has their pistol out, but just not any time left on the clock for themselves. What a shot, though, for Mr. Pancake, able to land one on the site for Etan. No longer going to be in play here in the first round. And again, getting caught off guard. Carrot Cake going to be looking to push through garages. It does look like Lower Moreland going to be storming here onto C site, and it's going to be a retake scenario now for Penn Trafford, where they're going to have to figure something out, because utility looking a bit low.
Does seem as if Lower Moreland not going to have the overgrowth in hand as their Omen's still down to around half HP. Keprin going in for the shots, but the rocks gain nothing. Mr. French Toast able to find the kill. Lower Moreland stuck between 2v3. Paranoia gets rocked out as Arctic Willie takes the peak. 33 HP in the bag, needing to get something, but Mr. French Toast on the flank coming on in. Carrot Cake finds one, but Arctic Willie in a double kill takes the pistol round for Penn Trafford.
It was a great split up as well, having one go garage after they cleared it out, knowing the Omen's playing towards on site, and they were just able to walk into the site, look both ways, cross the road, and get the first round there. Great job from Penn Trafford. But I do like the communication we saw in that first round as well from Lower Moreland, being able to say, hey, we're locked down on site right now. It's a 4v5. We kind of don't want to push A. Let's look another way. And that's exactly what they did. And they were able to get the money for the spike. So that is going to be of use now as they may look to buy up here in the second round, as we do see Keeping Rocks and Coot now 3 stingers online. 4 at that. All 5. Never mind.
Full investment towards mid. We'll see what they can find down in the garage location, as there's nobody to contest immensely. But right now, they are still going to have to worry about this chamber. Taking the position with the Outlaw. Going to be able to one-shot everyone in there. And that's going to do it. Shot comes in. Carrot Cake down for the count. There's the Sky utility coming into play. The Trailblazer going to be next as Mr. Pancake looking to make something happen. Keprin finds the elimination. Secures a 4v4. Takes out the Outlaw. And now they're going to be able to play this post plant well.
Yeah, and also Coot gonna be in hands of the Outlaw too, and all of Penn Trafford gonna be sitting with the small and the half shield as well. So they got one on the board. 2v3 now. Lower Moreland still not in favor, but they do have the spike down. Let's see if they could do this. Arctic Willie trying to clear backside, able to take the shot. The Vandal in hand, needing to take down Wug, and that's actually gonna be Keprin as the last man standing there for Lower Moreland. And Penn Trafford, they got 2 with a lot of utility and economy now wasted from Lower Moreland because they force bot into the second round.
You know, Penn Trafford is a roster who's been able to compete at the highest level, and they're showing it once more despite the forceful buy from Lower Moreland, looking to gamble their round away, but it just did not pay out the dividends they were looking for. They dropped down to a pistol buy, and it's just unfortunate. Penn Trafford doing phenomenally here when it comes to being able to just keep these rounds secure. They don't get over aggressive, they don't get antsy, and it allows them to be able to win no matter the cost.
Yeah, and they've been pulling out all team plays as well. They were trying to play off each other, look for trades, look for rotations that give themselves the best chance. Now Wug on the Omen, gonna know, hey, this guy's looking towards garage. The dog's gonna come through, but it's actually gonna be Coconut to take the initial swing. Will they be able to catch E10 out? But they don't know about Cyborg. Well, now they do. Peek out, no shots land, and a lot of damage taken from both sides.
Gonna be trading blow for blow, Mr. French Toast. Ghost in hand, trying to make something happen, but Coconut's the one to succeed. The flashpoint into the Sheriff shots, contesting in mid, looking good with the spike down. Arctic Willie coming in, finding another. Coot is down for the count. One Omen in your backline is going to have to deal with him eventually. Coconut maybe trying to play the contestation, but right now with the rotation scene, A site is going to be opted into, having to deal with this Omen playing in your spawn, knowing that rotations this way is going to be difficult, but we'll see what they do make happen.
But they can play together. The number advantage still in favor of Penn Trafford here, as it's a 5v3. Only person taking damage so far has been Wug on that Omen, and especially look here right now. Mr. Pancake going to be trying to get through the spawn, going to give them a little bit of a distraction as it turns into a 5v2 with Penn Trafford trying to storm here on the site. Kepin playing very aggressive, won't be able to land a shot. It gets one, but traded out almost immediately, and Etan just sitting on site, full blinded, nothing they could do there. And one more round goes in the favor of Penn Trafford.
Lower Moreland has been extremely proficient when it comes to getting onto the site. Unfortunately, when it comes to being able to actually hold it down, that's where they've been struggling. We saw Carrot Cake taking such an aggressive stance, not opting to use the Shrouded Steps to be able to diverge away over towards the site into a smoke, and that was just costed them the 3v5 that they had for the post plant. They were forced into a 2-player remaining situation, and that just is something that any team has trouble with, no matter the rank, no no matter the skill level. So the fact that they have to deal with this, I think that Lower Moreland certainly is not out just yet, as despite the 3-round difference, these rounds have been extremely close, and Penn Trafford has been having a little bit of difficulty when it comes to shutting them down on the site executes. They've been really good at dodging, weaving around the map, and that's kind of the proficiency of taking these 3-site maps like Haven. You get a lot of options that you can work into.
Yeah, especially here. They are holding strong on the defense, as normally 3-side maps are going to be favored towards the attack side. But look at this, Arctic Willie playing on top of the box near sewers, able to get 2 traded out in reverse, and now finally, for I think the first time so far, the manpower post-plant has been in favor of Lower Moreland.
Oh, Arctic Willie, though, getting away with murder in the heights, finding a double kill, putting this game a little bit more feasibly done for them. Let's see whether or not they can find the win, but right now you can kind of take a look. Lower Moreland, they're playing for the post-point situation. All players gathered around, but oh, Wug gonna be no! Oh my god, Wug with a dominant play, looking like a masterclass performance in the action. Wug finds a double with the Guardian in hand. They move up towards the top. They get shut down. Keprin Rocks finding the kill, but it's still too much to ask for as Mr. Pancake. No time remaining, but they get it done no matter the cost.
I don't think he has enough time in order to fuse, though. Just playing that time. Doing a good job there. Kepin didn't really have to peek out. Still got sprayed through the box for that final elimination. But they played just enough time in order to keep that spike alive. Needing that one to detonate, because if they went down 4-0 with not much economy in the tank, would not have stood a good chance for them in this first half either. But that does mean Lower Moreland, they have their first round. They know what is starting to work, and it was those flanks, because right now we're seeing Penn Trafford kind of play very bunched up after the initial conflict, trying to quick rotate over, make sure they have the numbers advantage on site, but they haven't really been able to make it work when it comes somebody on their back line.
They've been forcing these rotations, and that's something that Lower Moreland has been able to capitalize upon, and it's finally paying out success for them with a round win on their back. That could be exactly what's necessary to be able to bring a comeback in order. Arctic Willie, same position as their last round, but will they be determined this time? Yes, they will. Spot it out. Mr. Pancake still finding success. Carrot Cake is down for the count as they drop in the tailwind, looking to play aggressive, force out of their dash. Coot still offline. Arctic Willie finds the jet dip, but Cyborg looking to make something done. Keprin Rocks able to find the next, taking down one of the players from Penn Trafford. Cyborg with a bit of a spray from the Ghost, able to find the kill, but no, Coconut is not going to let them get much after. Still though, Lower Moreland able to take this man advantage with Keprin Rocks shutting down Mr. Pancake.
Not much HP for Coconut either here for the retake. 13 HP and a Dream. 2 players heard in sewers now. They have the information there. They don't really need to be all that dangerous, but they do also have a flash in their hand. They're going to be looking to use it here, but the peek out initial from Keprin, spray through the box after the flash, and they do manage to find that final shot. Now Lower Moreland bringing the game back within 1 round, and they do it in a very dominant fashion as well. We saw Ku on the jet playing it with a very aggressive blade storm there. Wasn't able to land the shots, but gave just enough damage and just enough space in for Etan and Cyborg as well to start popping some of the ghost shots off, doing a lot of damage onto Wug, Arctic Willie, and Mr. Pancake, allowing them to get into that 1v2 situation post-plant.
Trafford, they've started to lose that momentum that they were really riding on at the start of this game. But we are going to be seeing them opting in for the tour de force, looking to shut down the C site for good. Wug going to be dropping in the dark covers. Shrouded step out. They know one of their opponents is on the high ground. Paranoia out, but it won't matter. Coot still finds success. Arctic finds one. Mr. Pancake as well. The utility is really nice as they both find success with it. Mr. French Toast going to be able to get one, but Etan mirroring the 2v2 with a double kill of their own. Arctic Willie pushing in, but Judge, Jury, and Executioner. Cyborg takes the next. Penn Trafford left with only 1 player. Mr. Pancake having such a hard task in front of them, and Etan with the triple kill will close out this round to equalize it.
They'll also be the tour de force offline now for Penn Trafford. They were really trying to push forward, use that towards the C site, didn't work out for them as much because it was just a straight up demolition derby in the midfield on B site. We saw Arctic Willie try to play towards the site, same with Wug, but Coot dashed in, got right on top of that mid box, able to play towards C Link, and got there, even with the paranoia out from Wug, still got their initial conflict finished. Well, tie game now. Lower Moreland got 3 in response to the initial from Penn Trafford. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
Seems like they have to, right? They've been doing so good. But Penn Trafford, we know they're no slouch. We know they're going to be able to come back a million times harder. The Trailblazer going to be able to call out Mr. French Toast, hit by the Dizzy. Going to be able to get the cam dart off of them. Arctic Willie trying to spray into main, but unfortunately no shots will connect. Penn Trafford, they got a lot of ults on the board. This is certainly a round that you'd imagine they're going to try and take no matter the difficulty. But we kind of see a lot of players rotating around. A bit of a contention over towards mid, possibly to be seen as the Omen, Jet, both taking peeks out. They are contested by Wug, who is going to have a decent angle up towards B main. But right now, it seems like opting into the C site is going to be the option they're going for. Carrot Cake going to possibly be seen by this trip. Yes, they will. And that's going to allow this site to be started to be executed upon. But oh, Carrot Cake with the double kill coming in from Garage. Mr. Pancake's going to shut them down. There's going to be the trade coming in with Keprin taking down Arctic Willie. Mr. French Toast trying to get some shots in, but they all ring out. Keprin shuts them down. Penn Trafford, I mean, KevDog, I've seen this situation play out before, getting deja vu, and nothing will change as Lower Moreland will take the lead.
We said it after round 4. They need to be careful of the flank. That's exactly what came to haunt them here and now. We saw Carrot Cake just sitting in mid. They weren't trying to push forward too far until the final bell was rung. But Carrot Cake was just sitting towards Garage, trying to just get the information on, hey, they're full rotating. Hey, they're sitting in mid. Hey, just play towards A. Not many people there because I can hear at least 3 right now. That's exactly what they needed to do. Great job to get the lead now for the first time, Lower Moreland, and they need to keep this confidence rolling throughout the rest of this game and the day because we have a double header here. Not just are they going to be taking on Penn Trafford, but they have another match on this stream right after.
Are going to have that double header, so this is certainly going to be a morale determiner, a tone setter for that, and it certainly seems like that tone's going to be good. Coot finds the first, finding a double kill. Mr. French Toast off the board. Wug, we've seen them work their magic before. Can they do it again? Coot a little bit too close. That's going to allow them to get the next kill. Penn Trafford left in a 2v4 situation. Trailblazer comes out from Lower Moreland, going to be able to determine both players' location, forces out the idea of there being a flank, and now they're going to both be opting in for a save by the looks of it.
Yeah, and well, it's an eco round as well. They don't really have much to save other than a stinger and a bit of armor there. Coconut gonna try to find someone in that close corner. It does look like they're gonna split here. Heaven and CT main, but Cyborg finding Mr. Pancake in Heaven. Coconut going to try to do what they do best. They get one with the Bulldog. Let's see if they can continue that count. No, they will not. Keprin keeping that round at a standstill. And after even Wug, very quick to get taken down off of that A-main spray from Coot, wasn't able to close out that one in Penn Trafford and Lower Moreland. Now 5 unanswered rounds in a row.
Moreland, they've just been able to completely regather themselves after the start. And you really got to look towards players like Keprin Rocks, who's been so proficient when it comes to this initiator role. They've been just that one player that everyone can look towards to be the info gatherer, to be the frag collector. And now Arctic Willie going to be peeking out, but it's Keprin Rocks once more to force them off the angle. Tailwind activated. Arctic doing really good work here, but unfortunately dodging and weaving. Arctic still gets away. A absolutely dominant performance. Unfortunately, they will finally be taken offline. The blinding light comes on out. Mr. French Toast pushed into a pretty bad situation.
I don't think they've checked him yet. Keprin trying to find the angle, trying to play the jiggle peek. They do manage to get Mr. French Toast down, but at what cost? They've gotten so much initial conflict done. They have control of the site. It's a 1v4. Yes, they're doing a good job, but that initial bait out that we saw from Coot to make sure Mr. French Toast did not get found at the initial conflict when they pushed in. Lower Moreland needs to be careful now because although they won 6 in a row, they still have been a little bit sloppy, and there are room for improvements for Penn Trafford now, especially when they get their economy back right, which at the current moment hasn't really been able to be done for Penn Trafford. You get 2 Vandals, you can force up maybe another SMG or something here for Rug, but it does look like they're going to be playing off of a very anti-eco build with just 2 extra rifles on top, plus that Bulldog.
Exactly. So Lower Moreland, they have just been so good, and you really got to look towards some of these players on Penn Trafford sides who's just been trying to shut them down, like Arctic Willie, who was able to stay alive for so long. Carrot Cake coming in from the shadows, not able to find success, but right now, Kev Dog, they get onto the site for free. You can't be letting this happen if you're Penn Trafford. But what I do like is going to be their discipline. They don't push out, they wait as a team, and that's going to be something that will play out dividends for them. Mr. Pancake finding the first.
5v4 now for the first time. Penn Trafford actually with the advantage there. Mr. Pancake nearly getting found out. Has the information found there. Going to be looking towards Garage as a major hotspot right now. Carrot Cake sprays down 2. Coconut getting taken down by Etan as well. And quickly what turned into that man advantage now very quickly turned against them. 2v1. Mr. French Toast playing in the back foot. Sprayed through the cage. Carrot Cake finds 4. And initially, I honestly thought Penn Trafford was going to take that round because they had all 5 players for that retake. They didn't want to play on site because they wanted to make sure that they were if they did push C, they had everybody there to play off of with your full utility strength. They just weren't able to make it work there, as we did see just Carrot Cake absolutely demolishing everybody in Garage, just spraying them down one after another, especially with Kepler Rocks just able to use their utility, the flash, the dog, able to get the concussion out there as well, and they just gave everything they needed to into Garage to get that man advantage back.
Coconut with a phenomenal position over towards short, Bucky in hand. We'll see whether or not the Trailblazers going to call them out. Answer, yes. But now Coconut playing so aggressive. Do you spot this? No, you don't. Caprin rocks off the board. And
all that does is force them to rotate as well. Look at this. All 4 players now from Lower Moreland going to be looking towards mid again. There was a beautiful play from Coconut, although it does have its disadvantage now where you don't know where they're going to be coming from anymore.
Oh, you gotta imagine Mr. Pancake shutting down the spike, taking that in hand. Oh, that's unfortunate, but now Mr. Pancake going to have to take 2 angles. Oh, the first gets found. Coot is offline. Second's going to be coming in from the front of Garage. Both players spotted, but Carrot Cake finds success. Lower Moreland in a 2v4 situation. Spike is going to be getting down by the looks of it. Never mind as they go opting in towards mid, but the flank comes in from Coconut, and Mr. Pancake sweeps it away with a triple kill.
It was a great way to regain a little bit of momentum, a little bit of confidence in this first half. We said at the very beginning of this, Haven is an attacker side map because you have to spread the defense so thin between all 5 players where you can only play 2 on 1 or if not 2 of the sites. Normally as well on Haven, you're gonna, if you notice the pattern, you're gonna be playing 3 towards A or C just to make sure that they don't get too much space in order to give yourself time to rotate. However, once again, only 1 on C right now. Mr. Pancake played dividends in the last round. Let's see if they can do that again. Bladestorm online. Seekers falling out. Do they check Coop? No, they don't. They stay alive somehow, some way. And again, Mr. Pancake gonna be able to find 1. Can they do more as this push from Lower Moreland plays out? Gets the trade in out. Sprayed through the smoke. Spike is down. No plant will be found just as of yet. And utter chaos here on the C site.
I love this from Wug. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be working. The Rolling Thunder's really nice. Penn Trafford in a 2v2 situation. Coconut's gonna be able to find 1. Left with only 1 player remaining. Carrot Cake on the flank with from the shadows. Lockdown comes into play. Carrot Cake looking to diverge outside of the site. From shadows was good, but the shrouded step is necessary. Penn Trafford reading this like a book. Wait, do they know? That's the question.
It's a fake. The fake coming out now. Carrot Cake gonna play back towards C, and we already have Mr. French Toast playing very aggressive now towards mid as well. If Carrot Cake does not choose to stick this, then it could come crashing down towards this mid side. Mr. French Toast learning of the fake, realized, hey, he didn't cross. I was watching it this entire time. And they're gonna meet here in Garage, the link between C site and mid, and Mr. French Toast will get the final shots in order to give Penn Trafford their 5th, finishing out the first half.
A phenomenal comeback from Penn Trafford after down 3-7. They bring it back and make it 5-7. Good stuff coming in from this roster, and honestly, you gotta give it up for Mr. French Toast at the end there to be able to get that prediction. I loved how they played it. Wug as well, putting down the dark cover, able to isolate the wingman, shutting it down, removing the spike plant from Lower Moreland. And after that, they just kind of played it super well. And it was picture perfect for the most of it. I don't know, Kev Dog. I think once they go over to their attacking side, it's going to be harder as they are running this double sentinel composition that really will favor the defensive side. But it's certainly not going to be impossible for them to be able to take a good advantage here.
I mean, they definitely can here as they look towards C. And look at the defense as well from Lower Moreland, playing very aggressive A. They know now that they can get the flank going out here. But as we do look towards C, the Dizzy goes out. Arctic Willie going to take the initial conflict, dashing into the site. Will they be able to find one? Get sprayed. Arctic Willie, though, will be able to find the headshot on Cyborg. Going to try to clear out back site. Clears the trips. And Coot playing off of site, now pushing in. But do they check Etan? No, they don't. Coot as well. Not going to go unchecked as he does get taken down. Finally, they clear out the site. But is it enough for them to hold this round?
Oh, one more player and Arctic Willie will shut them down. A 6th round converted, a triple kill for Arctic. And honestly, I think Penn Trafford, after that, they should be able to take this next. We'll see if Lower Moreland goes with the same very heavy investment as they did on their second round last time. But I'd imagine that they're going to learn from that mistake and play a little bit more simple to the meta and conform to how most teams will adopt this second round. And yeah, that does seem to be the case. 5 classics coming into the round, and yeah, you can kind of see Penn Trafford, they've been a bit conditioned to go for this full buy after the last time where it got extremely dicey and could have been left up to chance.
Yeah, let's see. The Shrouded Step may pay dividends now for Carrot Cake as he's going to try to teleport away. Doesn't get there in time as the little hesitation he had just proved dividends for Wug to get that initial conflict. Storming onto the B site now. Penn Trafford going to try to get this spike planted. Does do indeed. But Lower Moreland playing on the back foot with just classics. Gonna have to clear every single angle with multiple people there because these Spectres, they're gonna come in so handy now. Even with that flash, Wug still able to spray down its hand. Kepperin gonna try to play off site, gonna try to recollect with their group, but it just doesn't seem to have any efforts be worthwhile as 1v5, 12 HP run through. Coconut gonna be able to finish out that round, and a tie game here as Penn Trafford, they do manage to get that second round. Going into this bonus, will it be the same though?
I mean, you'd imagine that after last time, they're not going to be able to replicate the same success, taking 3 in a row, as their opponents, Lower Moreland, do have enough money to go for this extremely uplifting buy. Going for an outlaw, that's going to be really nice as it does have the opportunity to be able to one-shot 3 of the players on Penn Trafford to the body, one of which being Arctic Willie and Mr. Pancake, 2 players who have been those real stars for this roster within this week 2 of the PI. Yay. Coot playing aggressive, outlaw in hand, finds the first. Coconut down for the count as the wallbang pays success. Lower Moreland, they're already up. Let's see whether or not they can keep it.
Let's see if Penn Trafford as well decides to stick here to the A site. Doesn't look to be just at the moment. If you look at the towards mid, yeah, they're going to be trying to clear out this mid side, going to be trying to see exactly what we are going to be able to do for Penn Trafford, because they're already a man down very early on in the round. A minute left here for them to make a decision. Really 45 seconds left for them to make a decision because they still have to execute a site, get that spike down, or kill all 5 players of Lower Moreland. As they do look towards this garage side as well, still trying to hold the flank possibilities. But right now, I'm liking the patient play that we're seeing from Lower Moreland here on defense.
Moving over, Penn Trafford adopting the idea of maneuvering towards C. As there is going to be a bit of a rotation, we can see Lower Moreland calling this out perfectly. 3 players adopting into the C site, looking to anchor down. But the rotation already being called. Penn Trafford maneuvering over towards B. The pivot isn't good enough as Coot finds success. That's their 2nd kill of the round. And the Outlaws really proving to be a dominant force. But Penn Trafford with a phenomenal call. Coot peeking out once more. 13 seconds and Penn Trafford's going to be able to easily get the spike down.
Yeah, but Numbers advantage now in favor of Lower Moreland. Coot done dividends with that outlaw. Wug gonna be trying to play here towards heaven. Does anyone go check him? Let's find out now. It does look like Cyborg and Etan gonna be trying to play it. One shot is all it took to take Etan down. Gonna be trying to teleport away, but both players now playing in hell. And it just comes to time. Will they be able to get the spray down? The 5v2 turned into a 2v1. Mr. French Toast blinded out. Gonna be getting shot taken. Keprin gonna finish out this round. And that was a beautiful dizzy there from Cyborg. Not the highest amount of kills on that player, but definitely been a very impactful one with the amount of utility been used.
Honestly, I love that play from the side of Penn Trafford. Like, I was gonna say, like, yeah, I want to see Wug TP into heaven, and then, you know, they just did. I think that was really smart because you were down in a 2v4. You needed to make some kind of hero play, and they just made it happen. They were able to find a double kill, and despite not being able to take the round, they were able to limit the success of Lower Moreland, taking down a bunch of rifles, and you can kind of see it in the buy phase. They don't have a ton of money. They're only going to be locking in 2 rifles with an outlaw coming into round number 16. So I certainly think there's going to be a possibility for them to take this, Kev Dog, but we'll just have to wait and see because it does seem like Penn Trafford is going to be making a similar play to last round as they start up with this split over towards the C site.
That's 3 found out by the dog. Information completely in the favor of Lower Moreland right now as Keprin gonna try to spray through the doors there towards garage. That damage not going to be found on either side, however. And look at this as well. Carrot Cake playing very defensive here. I'm sorry, very aggressive on defense as they do start to line towards C site. But can they find one? All they have to do is swing the corner as it does look like Carrot Cake's going to be playing with that Bucky in hand. And will they give themselves away? Information is found. They still don't know. They still don't know he's there.
Oh my god, no way. Did they get 2 here? That's it's absurd, and they do! Switching over to the rifle, Penn Trafford, only 1 player in hand. Cyber gonna be able to get their own Carrot Cake. Paranoia out, able to connect as Lower Moreland secures a 9th.
Cherry, I know you can see my face, but the chat can't. My jaw was absolutely dropped when you started taking the call. Carrot Cake just walked up behind them, got 2, because why not? Again, even with that smoke going out, they didn't see it come from behind them. They weren't aware of it. So he was just able to have free reign after sitting in their CT for what, 15, 20 seconds?
I really hope like the coach or someone on this Lower Moreland squad was like saying to them, why is my Omen flanking with a Bucky? And as they're trash talking or whatever, that just happens.
Works,
like,
yeah.
Oh my god, that shouldn't be happening, but yet it does. Penn Trafford unlucky for sure, but we'll see whether or not they'll be able to change it. Coot playing so aggressive here, Kev Dog.
But they know that they're on the left side. They just didn't know how many. Coot gonna get traded out. Carrot Cake playing aggressive. Mid-reload, though, won't be able to find the shots onto Mr. French Toast. And very aggressive defense now from Lower Moreland. They are 2 rounds up. They have a little space to spare, and Cyborg can call it out now. Hey, they're going garage. Watch out. I may have a flank on them. Let me get my timings real quick. That's going to be the spike down as they do take control of garage. But now they have to clear out mid, and they do just that.
And rifles are going to drop. That allows them to convert from the sheriffs over to some higher weaponry. The arsenal is going to be more inept. And now Penn Trafford, they do have this from the shadows. If they end up opting in for an early spike point towards the A site, you'd imagine that's not going to be the case as both players are looking to play grouped mosh together. But Lower Moreland seeming like a flank is going to be what both players are going. What? No, we're not ulting here. Ulting to the C site. The breach is going to have to take a contestation over towards spawn. Will be shut down. Lower Moreland, it gets spotted out. At least Keprin rocks. They still haven't been able to spot out the Cypher, but they're both going to be coming from the same angle. Wug gets seen by the tripwire, going to be able to destroy that. They have a bit of utility in hand, but Kev Dog definitely is going to seem unlikely for Penn Trafford.
It really is a 2v1. Wug not going to get spotted out, playing back site now, as it does look like we are going to try to get an initial push because they have the numbers advantage. Lower Moreland, they will be able to get here on site and take most of the control, but it's time about checking angles, and Keprin finding the right one to look at. All it took was 1 shot. Going to be able to get their ultimate online after the defuse. And now, after this 17th round, Lower Moreland, they have 3 ultimates online, while on the other side of it, though, none for Penn Trafford. So not only do they have the utility advantage, they now also will have the economy advantage as they're swimming in gold. We have an operator coming out for Coot, which is very common for Jet players. You have a couple Vandals, a couple Phantoms as well. But on the other side, for Penn Trafford, you're trying to force up, but we just haven't been able to. Mr. Pancake going to be having to play for an ult orb in order to get that Tour de France and Tour de Force, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. They have the shoddy in hand, the double shot shoddy and the pistol, but right now they just haven't been able to figure out a way to get that Tour de Force online. And as I say that, though, it does look like they're going for the ult orb.
This is small, but I just want to point this out. I like Lower Moreland for giving Keprin Rocks the Seekers there. I mean, getting that ult orb online, because Keprin Rocks is not a player that goes for those first engagements. So when you're playing the retake, being able to have that ultimate online no matter what is just nice, because if they don't have a kill yet, like, you're not going to be able to use it either way. Mr. Pancake, though, we are going to be seeing them popping out the Tour de Force, looking to invest this into the round. Lower Moreland going to probably try and opt away from peeking towards C main, but it actually does seem like they are getting a little bit dicey. Shot goes a little bit wide. Unfortunately, the jump peak is just a little bit too good. Kev Dog, we're seeing a bit of contention over towards mid, though. Carrot Cake spotting out one of the players, but they aren't able to find success. Now we go over, we see Arctic as well peeking up towards B main, leaving this Jet in a pretty desperate position, but it does seem like they are going to be shut down either way.
Yeah, look towards A as well. Penn Trafford going to be trying to get onto site. They did have a great, phenomenal way to tie up the game, but they haven't been able to find much success after doing so. They got up to 7, now 10-7 though in favor of Lower Moreland in this best of 1. The Seekers go out. All 3 of them will be shot down, and it's going to be looking like an A execute here and now. Keprin trying to stop them from pushing forward. The dark cover as well, giving time, but there's not much time to rotate. They have to try for this one. Keprin finds 2, gonna find 3. No bullets in the chamber, but Cyberg coming to save the day. And Lower Moreland playing together as a team, wasting the time on the clock, and they only need 2 more rounds to finish out this game.
I mean, it was just kind of Penn Trafford playing a little bit too disciplined there. They took too long opting in for a side push, and I don't know whether or not that's the nerves getting to them or just maybe like a lack of that communication going through each player, but I mean, for the most part, you'd imagine that Lower Moreland, they've been together on their calls. I think when you look at each player, you kind of think of Penn Trafford as a team that's much better individually. Their skills have been what's carrying them so far, but Lower Moreland, it's been their team cohesion that I think of as their biggest success point.
I have to agree with you here, and Coot as well. It's been that initial as well. Conflict resolution. Won't be able to get the first frag. Won't be able to get the second either. More shots going to be coming out here as the stun goes out. Won't be able to land it. Trying to get out of harm's way, but Coot, no dash in hand, and won't be able to get back onto that site safely. And already, Lower Moreland, man advantage down, but they still will be able to try to do so much. Carrot Cake also going to be taken down 5v3 as they storm onto A site.
Blinding light coming on in. Tailwind from the Jet. Carrot Cake moving on in, but Mr. French Toast want to find success. Lower Moreland, it's a 2v5 situation. Do they opt in to try and take it? They could probably force some ults out, but we'll see whether or not they do even try and go for it. The spray from the Phantom not able to hit its marks. Instead, opting to go up towards heaven. Fishing out some shots up here might be a little bit more fruitful, but right now, both players just opting to play very, very close. A dangerous position for sure, Kev Dog, but it doesn't seem like Lower Moreland's going to be able to find this round no matter what, so match points still going to be off the cards.
Yeah, Coconut as well escaping with their life there because of the cage going up. And let's see what they'll be able to do. Going to try to find Arctic Willie. Going to be able to get the headshot instead. Play their life here, but it does look like the Breach is going to be playing very aggressive. Coconut looking for the frag. Need somebody needing to get out of danger zone because Etan, the spike's going off. If you don't get out of there, you're going to fall with it. And barely able to get out. Coconut not wasting enough time, but that's going to be so much economy now saved for Penn Trafford as they got 8 with so much money in their banks left. That Wug and Coconut, they'll be able to fall by again.
My thanks. I think one of the big things to note is the fact that they have 2 of their best ultimates online for this roster. They have that Rolling Thunder, they have that Lockdown. So when they get into the post-plant situation, the Lockdown is going to be really nice. If they need to opt in for the Rolling Thunder to be able to create that opportunistic mindset to get onto a site, that's always going to be an option as well. If they waste time too much trying to play default, it's still going to be looking like their options are limitless.
Yeah, looking again, Coot trying to play that aggressive play style, but both of the players on A doing the exact same thing. Different times though, won't be able to find either. And Penn Trafford gonna have a free A site to go plant on. They're gonna try to clear it out and play the off angles as well. Play for that, but never mind. Coconut actually playing very aggressive here, looking for it down in the A link. But Carrot Cake now spotted out, information known on the flank, and Coconut as well taken down, but still numbers advantage for Penn Trafford.
Wait, that's tragic. They are able to dodge the turret, but unfortunately, the site or chamber util just not gonna be enough. Penn Trafford able to find one while getting in the next. But Mr. French Toast getting out and Keprin rocks, but Mr. French Toast, a triple kill, takes another round. And lower Moreland. I mean, I think if your Omen just goes long instead of tries to opt in for short, there's an opportunity for you to take the round, but the trademark was just too much for them to handle, and they get called out. And at this point, KevDog, I think that this certainly could go either team's way.
It can, however, I'm also still thinking, why are we playing so aggressive towards the A site? Coot and Carrot Cake, both your smokes and duelists fell within the first 5 seconds of that round. It didn't bode well for them, obviously, as Penn Trafford was able to take this one. And it does look like Carrot Cake, again, going to be trying to play aggressive, however, not swinging off of the initial conflict. Going to be trying to get one off of this one right now. And just going to be who will be able to swing that angle first. Trying to play very slow. Looking the other way, Carrot Cake. Will they be found now as they do look that way? Hey, Willie. Do we want to check our angles, bud? I don't know, but Carrot Cake gets one for free, and we'll be able to escape without any danger taken.
This is what happens when the nerves get to you. Gets a little bit more detrimental. We can kind of see a bit of a rotation. Penn Trafford opting into possibly the B site. The Trailblazers going to be able to spot them out. They still are going to be opting in, as a lot of players dropping down through the B window. We're going to be taking a look at Coot. Shot goes in. Tailwind activated. Getting out for free. Penn Trafford, though, moving over towards garage. Dark cover comes up, able to take Coot off the angle. But the site's already been taken.
Look at Coconut. He's already playing towards site. He doesn't have the spike, though. That's going to be on Killjoy. And trying to get that flank out. Just went a little too wide with it. And Carrot Cake
30 seconds
going to be looking play here. Wugs teleports on site. Finds one. No trade out just in seconds. But Sky Keplin going to be able to play that one now. And it's a 1v3. And Mr. French Toast. Information not found, but time is ticking down to where it doesn't really look all that well. They're going to try to look here towards the B site, but then you do have that sound cue from Etan, which I don't know if they'll be able to hear it. Yes, they do. They call over, hey, let's get them right now. And I think it's Brock time because Odin's coming out. I'm looking to see it happen. Mr. French Toast gets one, but they need to be careful of their left. Oh! What a flick. Has the lockdown, has a couple of their alarm bots as well, and that's all they need is just their raw skill. Mr. French Toast finds 4 for the round and clutches up for the first clutch of this entire game on either side.
Mr. French Toast, the shining ray of hope for Penn Trafford, takes a 3K, making an impossible situation possible. Oh my god, I thought, okay, maybe they take the Sky and then they're gonna drop down to the Odin, but no, they have that picture perfect information, and they just take the next kill. The intuition from this player's out of this world. And lower Moreland, they're gonna be kicking themselves after that one. We can see their jet pushing up a little bit dicey with the Blaze Storm in hand. They want to possibly go up as they have that tailwind activated. They can get out for free, but right now Penn Trafford just holding out. They stall out the tailwind, and now they're going to be able to peek out. They spot the jet. The damage not going to be there for either team. The knives get refreshed as Mr. French Toast is down for the count.
It's unfortunate as well. The person that had so much ice in that last round going to be falling down very early. The Blade Storm as well, not going to be able to pick up anymore. And Carrot Cake as well. Took a lot of damage there. Won't be able to find any more information. But look at this as well from Lower Moreland. 4 rotations out towards the A site with only 1 player playing on B, which is Keprin. But it does look like Garage towards C is going to be the way to go for them here. And a little bit of conflict down towards mid. But right now, C site completely clear. Wug not going to be able to get that clear out towards mid either. And although they have the spike down, Thrash, the Seekers, the Neural Theft, everything, all the information is found out. And let's see if they'll be able to hold site now with another numbers advantage, or sorry, numbers disadvantage now for Penn Trafford.
a massive disadvantage, but the ultimates were expended. So Lower Moreland, they get up to match point, but it did cost a lot from them, as that was certainly more than one team would like to invest in a round, but they knew they couldn't give that up. They've seen Penn Trafford make magic before. They didn't want to be equalized 11-11. Now they have 2 chances, Kev Dog. Can they close this map out before overtime?
They really can, and also they have the Seekers nearly back online again. Keprin just used the Seekers in the last round, and already halfway there after getting a 4K after using the Seekers. I mean, I keep saying how astonishing, like how outstanding high school Valorant or esports in general is, because it's the next generation of players. They're coming out, even at the lowest levels, even at the highest levels, they're coming out with things that not a lot of players have even tried to play against. And Coop gonna try to get out of harm's way again. A lot of damage taken here, as that initial aggressive nature of them hasn't really been seeming to work out.
Penn Trafford, 3 ultimates in hand, going to be investing their Rolling Thunder, looking to get the spike down. We see from the shadows as well getting invested. They're going to be able to break that down, but Lower Moreland going to be seeing Coconut falling down to the ground at 21. Mr. Pancake taking the trade. Now Etan going to be able to spot one with the cam, but unfortunately there they go. Mr. Pancake getting the next. Carrot Cake going to be able to trade them out. Carrot Cake going in with Paranoia, able to connect onto 1. Carrot Cake gets to the next. 1v1 situation, going to be tapping the bomb, looking to get the peek around the corner. Paranoia out, not able to connect. 7 bullets, forcing the reload. Carrot Cake gonna be peeking in, out, weaving around, and the shots go win as Lower Moreland take map number 1 in game number 1. Week 2 of the PIEA goes their way in a 13-10 fashion.
One could have played the time, but it didn't work out in that round. No lockdown put down either. But Penn Trafford, we will see you next time, as you unfortunately won't be able to take that very close matchup, by the way. I know it was a 10-13, not an 11-13. Doesn't really matter. It was very close between all 10 of these players. I mean, you could see it every single time as well, even with Lower Moreland still getting the top frags with 25 each on Keprin and Carrot Cake. You still had those players that were playing their role for Lurks, Information, and Etan and Cyborg as well, which we saw beautiful things from them too, and even on the Penn Trafford side too. Mr. Pancake, Mr. French Toast, all of them were just playing absolutely phenomenal. I'm really happy that we got to see a very fantastic gameplay there from both sides. However, Lower Moreland, they have confidence going in, because again, this is not the last time we're going to see them here today. They also have a double-decker on this stream, their next one being against Greater Altoona CTC.
Greater Altoona is up next on the docket to face off against Lower Moreland in Division 2 Valorant. So both teams, they have a bit of a history. We'll see whether or not they will be able to make this history go down to the Division 2 as well. But Kev Dog, we're going to go to a quick little break. Ladies and gentlemen, don't change the Twitch channel. We will be back right after this for more Valorant in the PIEA week number 2.
Whispers of dreams that we all bought and sold. Everyone's chasing the The moment is now. With a heart full of thunder, don't ask why or how. In the ruins of glory, find your ticket to ride. It's a roller coaster, baby. Buckle up for the ride. Get it, come get it if you think you can. Break through the noise like a madman. There's a fire burning deep in the night. Get it, come get it if you've got the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, good news and bad news are for you. So, for the bad news, Greater Altoona did not make the match, so we are going to be ending the stream off here and now. Thank you all so much for tuning in. But for the good news, Lower Moreland winning out 2 games tonight, 13-10 and 13-0 for their second matchup. But that is going to do it for tonight. Kev Dog, why don't you close us out?
I mean, we had some phenomenal Valorant action here today and so much more left for this week and the rest of the season as well. And make sure to stay tuned. Follow all the PIEA_01, 02, and 03 channels alongside the Esport Company on Twitch and PIEA Esports on all the other socials as well to keep up to date with more Pennsylvania Interscholastic Esports Association action. And as always, it's been Kev Dog, that's been Cherry, and thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great night, guys.
Hey, what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? I have an open invitation, but you're telling me go get lost. I don't wanna see your face. Yeah, what the hell? So why don't we stay out to the